we're out here doing the thing on the field, which is great. In the world of recruiting, which is also great. And not losing games that we shouldn't be losing. Even though I know that we already did that twice this year. Hopefully that gets put behind us.
I have had one task out there that I have yet to take the all of 3 or 4 minutes to do it. It comes to mind here in the last couple of weeks, ever since Miami has taken a couple stumbles, and that's Mario Cristobal's record in November at Miami. I know it's not pretty. I know I've seen it cited at times. I do not recall what that is.
It's not great. Let's do this together as a family. So he's been here since 22. And then that is 1-3. So 1 win and 3 losses his first year. That's great. Yeah, this is year 4. And then 1 win and 4 losses the next year. So that's 2-8.
2-7.
2-7, excuse me.
They played 5 games in November.
It was the same thing as this year. Okay. It's a 5-week November, yeah.
All right.
4th, 11th, 18th, 24th, and 28th. No, sorry. And then a bowl game. So 1-4. So 1-4 and 1-3. So 2-7.
2-7.
And then
last season.
2, 3, 4. They split. So 2-2 last year in November.
4-9.
And then 1-1 so far this year.
5-10.
Jackson Johnson, 5-10 in November since 22. And then So yeah, not great.
I saw another number, and this doesn't tell the story completely, but we do start with record and then tell the story from there. And this was a couple of weeks ago. So since then, I believe this is after the second loss. This is probably after the SMU game. So tack on a win against Syracuse, of course. 15-14 for Mario Cristobal in the ACC, and Manny Diaz was 16-9. I believe that was the record. I will double check it. Something
along those lines. I think it was maybe not 16-9, but yeah, but better. So yeah. But also Manny Diaz left Miami in a state of disrepair to the point that we had to get it to be this kind of program, tear it down to the studs, and I mean really to the foundation of the ground. Actually, honestly, we probably dug up the foundation and poured a new lower foundation to have completed a finished basement, kind of a thing with 8-foot headroom and whatnot. So
okay, if you say so. 16-9 in the ACC.
Okay. I don't think the Manny Diaz does that here or anything. And I mean, he's a good guy and he's a nice coach. The players liked him and everything, but and this roster doesn't look like this. Several of the standout players aren't even here. Several of the guys who can not even get on the field aren't here because famously, Ray Joseph was committed to Clemson at the time. So it is what it is. I get that there's always going to be comparison, but I'm happy where we are.
So you think unequivocally that Mario Cristobal is a better head coach than Manny Diaz?
Yes. Yeah, I don't have any pause or compunction about that.
Tend to think that, but I can't logically. I can defend it, but I could defend Manny Diaz being a better coach. Logically, and in terms of numbers and facts and situations and all those things put together, I sense it more based on hope and recruiting, but I don't see it yet.
Manny Diaz's team doesn't get Cam Ward. Manny Diaz's team doesn't go 10-2 last year. Manny Diaz's team doesn't have a chance to go 10-2 this year.
Well, you're speaking things that we don't know.
I'm very confident with that. So, and I mean, from what we saw, he barely had. He fought to be 7-5 in year 3, and had to politic to try to have his job. So, I'm pretty comfortable with that.
But you're not stating facts. You're stating your it's not even a projection. You're
I
stating
mean,
what you believe he's
fact in,
capable of and not capable of.
fact in year 3, this team did not have as much talent in year 3 as under Cristobal, even with the year 0 having to tear it down, and had the same kind of record with no star power incoming and things like that. I'm very confident that, it was. I understand why we hired Manny Diaz at the time. It was a bridge too far. It was a job that was too big for him. And he was able to, again, I'm not saying that he was, Mike Norvell 2-10 type joint, or, Billy Napier get fired for multiple 4 and 8s. But no, he didn't have the range. That heat too. Manny Diaz does not beat Notre Dame.
So these people are stating things that we don't know. Like I love so and so wouldn't do this or would do this, but that's not fact. People in this day and age speak too much out of. Okay. I will hold. You know what I mean? That's not a fact.
No, I hear you.
Manny Diaz would beat Notre Dame or not beat Notre Dame. We have absolutely no idea.
A Manny Diaz coach team does not beat Notre Dame.
We just have no idea. There's no way of knowing that.
Let him anywhere go play a team of that ilk and beat them, because he coached 0 games at Temple. We lost to look, all these legendary losses that happened under Manny Diaz in but 3 years.
I understand.
It's.
But we're not comparing Nick Saban to Manny Diaz. We're comparing Mario Cristobal to Manny Diaz.
Right, but I'm still very confident that he's better.
I'm not waging an argument that Manny Diaz is better. I'm just asking the question and stating that the facts to date are very vague, very comparable, very gray.
I disagree, especially when you take into account the fact that he was at Oregon previously and the record from there, and also from FIU. So when you stack all of that together and what has been done at Miami and even can remain in this season, I really don't think that it's close. But okay.
And we could say that Manny Diaz is basically doing at Duke what Mike Elko was doing there and David Cutcliffe in his best years, which is nothing exceptional, but it's
right. Yeah,
it's pretty good. And I would consider Mike Elko to be one of the best coaches in the sport, in the top 10 or 15, something in that range.
I agree.
So again, I understand, because I tend to believe that Mario Cristobal is a better coach. I'm just looking at the facts and thinking.
Right. To this point of his tenure at Miami. But again, Mario Cristobal has not only been a coach in Miami. The other accomplishments and things that he did in other places, including FIU and including Oregon, also count. And if you're only looking at, what he's done at Miami versus what Manny Diaz has done at Duke at the same time, there is a level of sameness when you look into the whole thing at the overall records. Not. I think that that's a fool's errand to try to equate them or make it.
And I'm not evaluating
their close. Yeah, I just don't.
And
I'm
not evaluating. I don't
think it's close.
I'm not evaluating their resumes. That's not what I'm evaluating. I'm evaluating how good they are as just head coaches. And I just think it's fairly. I think it's indecisive at this point, because Miami
very strongly disagree.
Games that they shouldn't lose.
I very strongly disagree. It's not. I don't think that it's close.
And I don't know that if Mario Cristobal went to Duke, that they wouldn't be doing the same thing that they're doing under Manny Diaz. But again, that can't be proven one way or the other. I guess my last question in that would be, what was the shape of the program when Manny Diaz took it over versus when Manny Diaz handed it off to Mario Cristobal?
It was better when Manny took it over from Rick. It was in better state than when Manny handed it off, or it was taken from Manny and given to Mario.